Hello everybody, today it is my pride and privilege to bring you my first ever large-scale Star Wars MOC, Castle Orkzyd, named after my channel of course. Officially this was the Lion Knight's Castle set that I bought when it came out, I believe in 2022, and I heavily modified and expanded it to include all sorts of things. The thought process behind it was I wanted a base for all of my stormtroopers and people to be able to fight in, so this is what it brought about. So yeah, let's get into it. I've opened it up and we'll start on the outside, right in the corner. So the first thing that you need to know about this is that the original castle set only came up till about here at the ground level. So anything below that, I've added as an extra layer to the mountain. Some of it using the large prefabricated mounted pieces and some of it using my own terraforming. I would say that this was quite early in my Lego building career. I mean, I've built Lego for decades at this point, but this is the first large-scale thing that I attempted, so I wasn't quite as refined as I am now. But you can still see, I guess you can still see where some of it meets the original set, like right here. This is original, and the water from the moat would have been right here. So, yeah, I've added all sorts of things to try and make it meld the best. And yeah, we'll start right on this side. From this corner, we've got a ladder up to a little walkway, with a walkway on top with a light. And this is a blast door that you can slide to the side, and it opens up into an armory, which I will show you when we get around to that portion on the other side. This staircase was a big piece of engineering headache because originally the staircase to the drawbridge was about right here. And since the mountain made another entire layer, I had to figure out a way to get from the bottom all the way to the top without stacking it and concentrating it all in one spot. So I built a ramp that goes all the way up the front side of the castle, with a little platform leading to where the drawbridge is. When it lowers, it'll meet that right there, and it can meet this steel platform right here as well. But on top of the long road, we got a little bunker, a little pillbox bunker with a couple of guys inside. There is no way to get inside from the castle, so this is technically the only bit of the castle that isn't readily accessible by a staircase or anything like that, or a door. And we've got a little crawl space here with a control panel maybe for the drawbridge at the end. But this is just made to be a place to rest where maybe the rain or a blizzard's going by, so you can just sit there if you need a break. And down here we've got a little cave entrance. It'll lead inside a place I'll show you in a bit. And there's another hidden cave right here with a crate inside. Not quite big enough to fit a wampa, of course, but maybe a little creature or a fox or something can stash in there. I do apologize. A lot of this is quite dusty because it's been sitting up on my shelf for, I'd say, about 1 or 2 years. But yeah, right here is a turret with a door that you can slide with a knob, and this leads into a hangar, which I will show you more of when we get around to there. And the last thing on this bottom layer is a little door right here that also leads into the hangar as a bit of a hidden passage. So yeah, that's it for the bottom layer on the outside. The second layer on the outside is the courtyard and ramparts. So the Castle Orkzyd is armed with 2 anti-aircraft guns. They can shoot, of course, with stud shooters. They have free range of movement all the way around, unless they're blocked by the castle, of course. And this one in particular, I've added a lever so it can explode. maybe a A-wing or something rushes by and bombs it. No, that'd be a Y-wing actually. A Y-wing can rush by and bomb it, and it can blow up. Maybe the gunner wasn't fast enough. A pity. But, yep. The courtyard remains largely unchanged from the original set. I just liked how it looked. I've switched out all of the greenery and stuff, of course, for more muted colors, like a dark orange and dark red. Maybe it's a cherry blossom. Another portion on the second layer is this little ruined area in the corner. And this is an original feature from the set as well. You can push that over, and inside is a little treasure. If I just move this out of the way quickly, this portion right here can slide when this is retracted, and it leads into the dungeon, into one of the jail cells. In classic Lego fashion, you got an escape hatch. And it slides open and close nicely. And another thing on this layer is a blast door. This used to actually be a portcullis, but I switched it out for a heavy blast door. There's a knob on the side of the tower that you can use to raise and lower the door. Let's put that back. And I modified this so that this staircase, instead of going into the water, it leads into the ruined area. So, yeah. I think that is all for the exterior bottom layer. The exterior top layer, we've got a trapdoor that leads into med bay, which I will show you in a minute. You got a little tea table and the Stormtrooper commander of the garrison. Then you got the top of the tower, top of the main keep, with the winch for the main blast door, emergency light, snow trooper guard, and the other aircraft cannon. Can shoot like the other one, of course. Can turn all the way around. And on the little outcropping here, you've got a communications tower that you can tip over and blow up. So if someone's hanging off of that, they're going to have a long fall down if they're not careful. Put that back up. And I believe that is it for the exterior. I suppose before I should forget, I need to show you the drawbridge working as well. Silly me. So this is all original. I just switched out a couple of the palettes, color palettes. So the drawbridge can raise and lower. And something I really love about the original set is when you raise it, if there's anybody in it, they can fall right into the dungeon through a passageway underneath the drawbridge. So that I thought was a very neat choice by the original designers. And right here, we use the winch to raise the blast door. It's a little dust caked, so it doesn't fall as nicely as it used to. But yeah. Yeah, close enough. And these two portions right here, these little facades, the top one is from the old City Modular Detective's office, and the bottom one is from the City Modular Brick Bank, both of which I own. These are just homages to the first big sets that I really got as a kid. They brought me endless joy being able to play with them and fight in them, of course. So these are just homages to that. But yeah, with that is all of the exterior. So let's move into the interior. This is the back of the castle, of course, where you can get a better view of all what's going on, where all the play and action happens, of course. You can get a view of where the modifications start and end. So this kitchen area, this would have been on the ground floor of the original set, but with my extra layer, there's a floor beneath it. Something to note about all of this is that it is all technically accessible. So there's staircases, ladders, and walkways that get from room to room. Not just like a Lego City thing where you take your guy and put him on the next floor and boom, he's there. No, this is mapped out both by the designers of the original set and myself to be able to be realistic in that sense. So let's start on the corner. This little nook connects to the communications tower on top, And a little technician can go there and call for help, do comms for whoever's in command. This balcony connects to the office, which I will show you right after. And here, this also is in the office, just a pair of tea or coffee supplies for visitors. And the office, Grand Admiral Thrawn's office, was actually the first room that I built. So it's got the brick bank window and all sorts of little fun goodies for eagle-eyed fans. So you got a map of Middle Earth, Pharaoh's Quest in the back, Thrawn himself, of course, and Rook, and Hera's glorious Calicori, the prize of Thrawn's collection. The fireplace in the back was a pain to build because the chains for the main blast door, kept getting stuck on it. So I've done all that I can, but sometimes it still rides up a bit. I don't think I'll go back and fix it. I like how it is. So that is the office and the main top floor of the keep. So I will move over to the side. The top floor of the keep on the other side includes an intelligence room for usually I'd say ISB or Special Forces. So you got some classified document containers there and control panel. You can switch them out, move them around. It's all modular. And on the other side, you've got the medical office. So you've got your file cabinet full of medicine and a Bacta tank, which you can swirl around. And, oh, he's gone. Pick him up in a minute. Put somebody in there and switch it back. And of course, you've got your Mad Doctor, which may or may not be the TF2 medic. So that is the complete top floor of the castle. Focus, please. There we go. So I will move on to the next. The main floor of the castle, you have this little area. So the knob, this is where the smaller blast door leads. The short staircase where the protocol droid is blocking him. And next over, we've got a little hallway with another control panel and a ladder that leads down. I'll show you where that leads in a minute. And this connects both to the main hall, main entrance. This is where the main blast door is. So you got a couple decorations, a Mandalorian suit of armor, stormtrooper, and little gem, whatever you want to call that, kyber crystal. And in the back, you've got a ladder that leads up to Thrawn's place. So right there. That door leads into the courtyard. And from the courtyard, there's a door that leads across into the officers' quarters, which I chose to make this relatively unmodified because I liked how it looked. So I just added a Desirec table, and yeah, I think that was it for that room. One over, and you've got the regular sleeping quarters for the non-officers and just troopers. So this guy is about to fall out of bed. Must have had a really rough night. And a cold weather scout trooper just in from patrol with a little wooden desk and a computer. So who knows what they're doing on that thing. And that is the second floor. So I will move down to the second to last. The ladder from the top hall leads down into this, a little nook, cargo nook, and this window can open. And from there you are into the main storage room with a ladder here to get up to the second shelf or floor, whatever you want to call it. And across from this, you have the dungeon. So the dungeon, this cell has the broken wall that can lead to the outside. This is the ramp where they can fall down from the drawbridge. And this is where somebody has found themselves unfortunately detained. Will they be released? I cannot tell you. And this is one of my favorite rooms across, of course, across from the dungeon. One of my favorite rooms is the kitchen. I loved how the designers packed all sorts of detail into it. The only thing I really added was this shelf and this shelf. The two cooks are there, and in the back you can see that little nook with the water. That's a staircase that leads up into the courtyard. And across from the kitchen you have the armory. So that's the blast door from before. That, let me get that for you. Where's it? There. Open to lead to the outside, and that smaller walkway So you got a couple of blaster racks, all modular, and you've got a security camera that is, for some reason, facing the wall. Not anymore. And of course you got a box of thermal detonators. So that is the second to last floor, so let's go to ground floor. The bottom floor, you have your storage room and the gate right here. It was originally a laser door, but I switched it out. This was originally a torture room with a bench, but I took out the bench to put on the Star Destroyer. And so now it's just deep storage, or another prison cell if you really want. Across from that, you have the hangar bay, which is just large enough to fit a couple of speeder bikes. So grab that. Out of the way, snowy. So you got your speeder bike. It is able to fit through the main door, so they can go out on patrol or whatever. Put it back. And you can see in the back that there's a cave entrance. Can't zoom in on it, but yeah, I'll show you how it connects in a minute, because there is a bit of a cave system in between this section right here. So that'll be the last thing I show you. And there is a door that leads through the rock over here and into the Imperial Vault. So you got your control panel, a couple of odds and ends, and the vault door itself, which I will open for you. Another thing straight ripped from the brick bank. There's nothing in the vault right now, but there could be. There is actually quite a lot of space back there. Yeah. And the final room on the bottom is, of course, one of the most necessary ones, the power generator. So you've got your screen with a map on it, maybe of the region. You got your two technicians. You got your power generator. Behind them, you got some pylons, maybe of fuel or whatever. Gas canisters. So yeah, that is all of the floors. So I will move into the in-between right in the middle here and show you what's all in there. Bringing it to the side view, you can see that this would connect to right here, this right here, and yeah, wherever it goes. So on this side, this right here is a cave system with a long dead battle droid that leads all the way to the front, right where the door is. And like so, there's a little cave system in there that leads from here to this room right here, sort of a reception area for the bank, or I guess the vault, the Imperial Vault. And above it, you've got another power station with a couple of ladders and a couple of fuel tanks. And the ladders actually can be deployed from the ceiling along with a hatch in the way right here in the courtyard. You can go from the top all the way down. So, yeah, just some practical fast escape exit or whatever. And yeah, I think that is actually it. So yeah, that's the castle. And that was Castle Orkzyd. This was the first large-scale Star Wars thing that I ever built, even if it is a modified set. As a review of the set, I'd give it an absolute 10 out of 10. It is one of the greatest LEGO sets, the Lion Knight's Castle, that I've ever seen. But as a build, it was very fun to modify. I think that it's the castle itself and the modifications are pretty rough, especially now to what I'm used to building nowadays. But nevertheless, I want to thank you very, very much for watching, and more specifically even for the 1,100 subscribers that I now have. So I'll try and make a couple more updates on the Star Destroyer. It's coming out soon, but there's still a lot of pieces that need to be ordered, a lot of things that need to be put together. But I want to just thank you so much for your patience in it. I'm trying to bring it about as soon as possible, and I cannot wait to be able to share more with you. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, whatever all the other YouTubers say, and have a blessed day. Soli Deo Gloria. Bye.